The Frost was a silent assassin. King Lycanos didn't need eyes to navigate the Shadowmoor. His senses were a sharper, more reliable map deep down. He knew the truth about his inner circle. The air in the citadel had grown thick with the sickly sweet scent of ambition for weeks. A persistent, metallic tang, like old blood and tarnished silver, had clung to his most trusted advisors. Lycanos, king of the Midnight Pack, believed only in transactions, power for obedience, security for loyalty. He believed that goodness was a myth. He paused near a ridge, the wind carrying the biting chill. As the wind shifted, it brought a new scent, faint, unsettling wood smoke, cheap stew, and fear. Human fear. He dismissed it. My king, Cashin, his beta, materialized from the shadows. We need to return. Lord Balthazar suggested an early succession vote. He calls me cold because I deal in consequences, not comforts. Lycanos growled. He mistakes ruthlessness for weakness. The assassination attempted has already been set in motion, Cashin whispered. They are waiting near the old logging trail. You must face them on the path they expect. Good, Lycanos said, a primal satisfaction replacing calculation. Let them come. I prefer to kill my rats face to face. He began to shift, his body tearing itself apart in a brutal, bone-snapping display. But as he turned toward the trail, the faint scent of human fear was swept away by the overpowering stench of freshly laid shifter traps. The old logging trail was an inferno of shadow and sudden violence. Without warning, the attackers sprung. Lycanos, in his massive wolf form, was a hurricane of muscle and claw. Despite that, the vile corruption of the blight magic quickly overwhelmed him. Silver-laced energy chained his legs. He roared and fought harder. A second mage launched a poison spike. It lodged deep in his flank. He collapsed, his body seizing, agonizingly shifting back into his exposed human form. This is how I die. Meanwhile, huddled nearby was Seraphina. She was small, worn down, wrapped in a threadbare cloak. She felt the vibrations of the fight, and then, the sound that truly froze her blood, the choked, desperate sound of a man in mortal agony. She had to stay hidden, but then, two pursuing figures, heavy, armored human mercenaries, crashed through the undergrowth. They were coming right for her. Just like that, her body moved on instinct. In the span of a breath, she burst from the cover and ran away from the injured man and directly into the sight line of the mercenaries. Help me. Please, I'm starving, she shrieked. The mercenaries paused. They looked at the frail woman. She was the easier, more immediate target. The blade plunged into her side. She collapsed, her life force draining out onto the frozen ground. The mercenaries turned back to the king, their attention diverted for just the essential few seconds, but then, a flash of silver and black fur slammed into the two thugs. Cashin quickly disabled them, dragging the still conscious, but paralyzed, king out of the clearing, all while the final whimpers of Seraphina faded. Lycanos created the Shrine of the Open Heart, a political lie that caused a seismic shock. In fact, he found himself dictating her official vow to a scribe. She sacrificed herself because she believed even a king should be protected even if the king didn't deserve it. They believe in the illusion we sold them, Cashin, Lycanos corrected. Still, the memory of her small body running toward danger haunted his rest. As the silence roared, he realized the true danger. If the pack believed in pure goodness, they might see his own lack of it. They claimed she was a spy, a prostitute, the captain stammered. In that moment, the high-stakes conflict intensified. Who started the rumor? Lycanos demanded. Lord Theron's staff. Just like that, the focus narrowed. The Viper. Lycanos used a political maneuver. He brought the cook to the shrine. Go back to the taverns, Lycanos commanded, his voice booming. Tell them this. I did not kill you. I gave you the chance to repent. Now, go and spread the truth. I need you to investigate Theron's movements. Lycanos told Cashin. Find the weakness. Cashin. Find the lie behind his lie. One night, the marble altar had been desecrated. A single silver-tipped quill, the Viper's calling card, pierced the heart of the statue. Lycanos pulled the quill from the stone, his eyes blazing with a primal, dangerous light. The war was no longer political, it was personal. Lord Theron, Lycanos began, I understand you are concerned for your safety. Perhaps you should tell the council why you sent a proxy to steal from the royal vault last night. Theron let out a smooth, Incredulous laugh, my king, that is an outrageous slander. You are obsessed with this human ghost. We must call for a purification trial. Just like that, everything changed. Theron forced a confrontation that exposed Lycanos' greatest vulnerability. Lycanos was trapped. He was consumed by his internal flaw. Cashin entered the study. My king, the pressure is immense. The trial is set for tomorrow. If you fail to prove the purity of the saint's heart, they will depose you. We will not defend the lie, Cashin, Lycanos stated. We will make the lie so sacred that the only person willing to attack it will be the one who knows the truth. I will undergo the rite of the open heart on the main altar. My king, that is insane. The stone will crack because you are swearing a lie. Cashin stared, horrified. Theron believes I am a cynic. I will perform this ritual because it is the ultimate act of vulnerability. The one move he will see as absolute weakness when I am most exposed on the altar. He will make his move to confirm the chaos that is when you strike. The entire midnight pack was gathered. The full moon was cold, and judgmental Theron offered a smooth, reassuring smile. The king was betting his life on the purity of a dead refugee's heart. Lycanos ascended the steps. I stand here, upon this sacred stone, to swear not just my strength, but my truth. In that moment, Theron, seeing the vulnerability, released a sliver of silver-laced dark magic. But then, Cashin lunged, knocking Theron sideways. Lycanos pressed his hand harder against the stone. What followed was a catastrophic moment of failure. The stone didn't simply crack, it shuddered, emitting a low, mournful groan that resonated throughout the courtyard. It split down the center, leaving a deep, jagged fissure. The king's heart was found to be tainted. Theron, quickly subdued, seized the opportunity. The stone rejected him. The king is corrupted. Just like that, everything changed. Lycanos collapsed. Theron's supporters seized Cashin. Lycanos watched helplessly as his last remaining ally was dragged away. He was confined to the highest tower. Lycanos' thoughts spun. Theron was right. He had lost everything. He failed because he never truly believed in the reason for the lie. But then, Lycanos smelled something faint. Pine, damp earth, and a trace of ginger root, the scent of survival. He found a new spark of hope. Theron's pride was the key to his rescue. Lycanos ripped the iron bed frame from the stone floor. He swung the frame like a battering ram. What followed was a terrifying sound of grinding metal and crumbling stone. He ripped the grating free. In the dungeon, Cashin convinced the terrified Joran to cooperate. You have nothing left to lose. Rather than dying a disgraced coward, you can die redeeming the saint who was truly innocent. Tell the truth one last time. It's the only way. As the sky darkened, Lycanos, poised at the window, leaped into the perilous night, racing toward his final confrontation. Lycanos dropped silently onto the parapet, his wolf form absorbing the impact. He raced through the tunnels. Theron was already crowning himself. Theron stood before the pack, dressed in the Alpha King's silver. He ascended the altar steps, reaching his hand toward the jagged crack in the stone, the broken light. Suddenly, a terrifying, primal howl ripped through the courtyard. Without warning, Lycanos, a blur of slate-gray fur and righteous fury, burst from the shadows. Lycanos slammed into Theron like a battering ram. He pinned Theron directly onto the cracked altar stone. You speak the truth. Lycanos snarled, straddling the trapped traitor. Then face it. The stone cracked because this traitor sought to poison it. Not because I lied about Seraphina, but because he lied about all of us. Theron, what was your price for treason? Was it the gold you tried to steal from the vault last night to clear your massive, hidden debt? Just like that, everything changed. Cashin dragged the terrified Joran forward, who stammered the full, unvarnished truth. Theron, defeated and exposed, was dragged screaming from the altar. Lycanos stood upon the cracked altar. He walked to Cashin and pulled him to his feet, a public sign of absolute trust. The stone broke because it rejected the lie of the viper's heart, Lycanos told the pack, but it split, rather than shattering, because there was a truth here that I, too, was too cynical to accept. I learned the truth of her strength. The true curse was the cynicism that made us believe such goodness was impossible. He decreed that the cracked altar would remain. The pack, united by the truth, began to heal. 3 years later, Lycanos now ruled. His authority rested on integrity. He stood in the shrine of the open heart. He placed a small, simple bouquet of sunstone thistle at the foot of the altar. Lycanos, softly, almost a whisper, you gave me the greatest lesson. Seraphina, you taught me the difference between power and worth. The kingdom is stable, because I finally learned to trust what I cannot see. The promise is kept. Just like that, he turned and walked out, leaving the past behind, ready to face the future of his honorable, unified kingdom. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more epic werewolf romance audiobooks.